Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Steph from the High Movement Podcast. And man, has a great Nick Saban, the head coach of the Crimson Tide of the University of Alabama football program, have a change in tune, change of heart, right? I mean, just a little over a year ago, Nick Saban was one of the loudest critics of all this new NIL money. I mean, he was at this presser conference talking about it back in May of 2022. You know, he even criticized Texas A&M. He says we were second in recruiting last year. A&M was first. A&M bought every player on their team, made a deal for name, image, and likeness. We didn't buy one player, but I don't know if we're going to be able to sustain that in the future because more and more people are doing it. And in so, he criticizes Jackson State as well. At the time, Deion Sanders was coaching the team. He said Jackson State paid a guy $1 million last year. That was a really good Division I player to come to school. It was in the paper. They bragged about it. Nobody did anything about it. And he was talking about Travis Hunter, who has a commitment to Florida State and chose to go to the Jackson State to play under Deion Sanders. And of course, at the time, Deion Sanders called it out, about dressing situation. And Travis Hunter said that, he didn't get $1 million. But yeah, so look, now Nick Saban has made some recent comments about Deion Sanders and what he's done at Colorado, right? And, I'm sure y'all seen the commercials. Deion Sanders and Nick Saban are in Aflac commercials. And so basically you fast forward a year later. Now, I believe this is from TMZ, so I don't know if I believe TMZ Sports interviewed Saban on a call. But he says this, though, right? He says, I haven't been able to see Colorado play a lot. I saw a little bit of the game last week against Colorado State, but I have a tremendous amount of respect for Deion. First, he's a great person. He's done a great job for marketing the program to create a lot of national interest, but I see their team playing well in the field. Continues on. They play with discipline. They do a great job of executing. They've been able to score points, playing decent on defense. So all those things to me are indicators that he's a really good coach. And I've always thought that. Okay. That's good. I mean, you have a change of tune. And why? Why does Nick Saban have a change of heart all of a sudden, right? He said it himself. He sees the attention that Deion Sanders is bringing to Colorado, not only college football, but, the University of Colorado and their football program and the revenue that it is generating so far on the weekly basis. And Nick Saban looks at his program. He sees, he was proud about no NIL money when he made those comments. He was proud that, we didn't buy any players. My name will sell itself. If you want to go to the NFL, you need to come through me. And it's not a guarantee you'll play because so many talented players come to Alabama, but a lot of those players don't get to play. They just have so much, right? And now you see that Deion has made a scene in year one in Colorado using the transfer portal. And now, there's talks of what can Deion do going into year two on and the next wave of transfer portals going into the 24 season. And of course, he's, Nick Saban's possibly saying all this because he's like, you know what, man, I really can't, afford. I can't say anything negative about Deion Sanders. He's bringing a lot of attention to Colorado and college football. It's no longer, what is Alabama doing? What is Georgia doing? What is LSU doing? Now it's all about what is Deion Sanders in Colorado doing. And, Deion Sanders is going to upset the apple cart and basically, take those top recruits, if not get a lot of players probably off of your program in this NIL or his transfer portal to come and play in Boulder, Colorado. So it wouldn't be a good look if Nick Saban was still critical of Deion Sanders and NIL and transfer portal stuff. If you're trying to recruit big time players, high school players to come play at your program, and this is what happens when someone's not hip to a new trend. You're going to get left behind. And the way Nick Saban was talking was, damn, I feel like I could get left behind. And here's Deion Sanders in this new era of college football leading the way, leading the charge, doing it in his own style. And he's not just some coach. Obviously, he's a great coach from what we've seen he's done in Jackson State, and we will see so far it's looking like that at Colorado, and we'll still see what happens later in the season in the years to come if Deion is still coaching at Colorado. But as you can see, he's not just some coach, he's also a Hall of Fame player. You know, some people look at him probably one of the greatest athletes ever. And he is coaching at a high level, Division I football in the Pac-12, and is already 3-0. So Nick Saban has to bow down to the great Deion Sanders. Now, I say that jokingly because I know Nick Saban is great and he's phenomenal and he's done really well. You know, I mean, in an era where, you know, he built up Alabama, he came through, built Alabama football program up, and decades long, that, yo, Nick Saban's name, he's there. You want to play at Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Alabama was the pipeline, still is to a certain degree, might be doing it now, the pipeline to the NFL. And that is no longer the case going forward. And Nick Saban has to pay his respects. And I know you can say, oh, I'm seeing games here and there. No, you know what's going on. You're hip to it. You're not dumb. You know, so quite a change of tune from Nick Saban a year ago about Deion Sanders and NIL and whatnot, and taking shots at Jackson State and Texas A&M. And now he has to fully acknowledge Deion Sanders and what he's done for college football and what he's done for Colorado's football program. Anyways, let me know what y'all think about the latest comments of what Nick Saban had to say, and considering what he has said last year about all this. So anyways, guys, thanks for listening. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.